Yeah, because we need, maybe I need it later on, so I don't have, okay. So let's have a look at this question. That's another question here. Okay. Step one, as we agreed, what does the text, we read the question, what does the text most strongly suggest about Sleep No More's use of its performance space? So I need to know what the passage is talking about, this performance space. Okay, so let's have a look. The most recent iteration, like repetition, okay, iteration is like repetition of the immersive theater experience, kind of experiential theater. It's a theater, but it's different from the normal theater that we go to. A kind of theater that has different arrangement, as we're gonna see, which premiered. Let's have a look at this punctuation, which premiered in New York City in 2011. Of course, that's non-essential, huh? Non-essential information, which means it's not that important. Okay, transforms is performance space. So from the beginning, the focus is, while having performance, this kind of performance is on the performance space. We're focusing on the space or the location itself or the place, the venue. Okay, what did they do? They took a 5-story warehouse, like a building that has 5-story, 5 levels, 5 floors, and changed it into a kind of 1930s era hotel. It looks like an era hotel. So in this kind of theater, what happens to the audience? The audience members who wander here like walk through the labyrinthine. It means maze-like venue, location, or place at their own pace and follow the actors. They go to watch the actors and follow the actors at the play, simultaneously interweaving narrative loops. It means that they go to have a look at the actors, and every group of actors are repeating the same scene over and over again. So I am, as an audience, I go and watch this part, and then I go and watch another part, and the actors are continuing to repeat in a loop. They don't stop. Okay, confront the impossibility of experiencing the production in its entirety. Of course, it's impossible to see the entire play at one time, okay? But that is kind of experiential theater that they want to make, okay? The play's refusal of narrative coherence. There is no coherence, no order of events, of course. No order. Coherence means order here, of events. That thus hinges means relies on, depend on, okay? Hinges on the sense of the most important part in this kind of experiment or of this theater is to have spatial fragmentation. What's spatial fragmentation? It means that every space will have part of the play performed, okay? That the venue's immense, the focus here is the most important sentence here, okay? That the venue's immense means like huge, immense like huge. Intricate means like متداخل like winding, entering into each other. Layout generates. So الباسج بيتكلم عن ايه؟ ان احنا عندنا دلوقتي kind of play ديت بتتمثل بطريقة مختلفة. طريقة ان الاودينس بيتمشوا في المكان ده او في الثياتر ده. كل corner مثلا في الثياتر ده في part of the play performed, and the part repeats itself many times because the audience change. Okay, so the influence that we have here for this play comes from the spatial fragmentation. The space is fragmented, divided into pieces, and the venue is immense. Immense is huge. This kind of place or this theater is huge. That's what it makes it valuable. And intricate, like winding together, متداخل, okay, which generates a feeling or different experience. تمام؟ يبقى ده الفوكس عندنا هنا. Main idea in we get this kind of different experience from the spatial fragmentation, that the venue's immense and intricate layout generates or creates or produces. Okay? Which one do you think is the right answer choice? Have a look and tell me. Which one do you think is the right answer? Huh? Try to guess. Zena is saying it's C. Ru'a is saying C, and Ru'a is saying C. Yes. Yeah, right, Ru'a. You're correct. It's C. But why? Can you unmute and answer? Why do you think it's the right one? Can you try to explain to us why it is the right one, dear? Huh? Okay, let me explain it. Here, the production's dependence, okay, on a particular performance environment, they depend on a performance environment, would likely make it difficult. It will be hard to reproduce, to regenerate exactly the same in a different theatrical space. This is echoed here. That is echoed here in the last statement here. Okay, the play's refusal of narrative coherence depends on that we have here spatial fragmentation. The location itself or the venue itself is divided into many parts, and it's immense, huge, intricate, winding together. So if we try to have the same play in another venue, in another space, it will not give us the same result or the same feelings or the same. So that is the right answer. But we need to see why wrong answers are wrong. That's important. Let's have a look. Here, the choice of New York City venue likely, probably, enabled the play's creators to experiment with the use of theatrical space in a way that venues from... Okay, here, New York City. He's saying that because they chose New York City, this enabled or made the play's creators able to experiment whatsoever. Here, do we have anything to do with any kind of effect or influence from New York here? It's even mentioned here in commas, so it's non-essential information. We don't need it. It doesn't have to do with the city itself. It has to do with the building or the venue or the premise itself, which is the hotel that they built and things like that. So that makes it wrong. They tried to took one. التراب هنا عبارة عن ايه؟ أخد one small detail اللي هي part اللي هي بتاعت نيويورك اللي هي كان mentioned in the passage and considered it وعملها generalization كده إن هي دي السبب في نجاح البلاي ديت أو هي ديت لها effect أو influence. That's a common trap برضو هنا over generalization. Okay. طيب letter B, audience members, okay, likely find the experience of the play disappointing. طيب the passage didn't tackle or didn't mention anything that has to do with the feelings of the audience, and actually the word disappointing is very negative. كمان يعني it's very very negative, so you can never, it's unsupported by the passage, unsupported, no evidence for this. Unsupported add-on. Okay, so that's wrong. Let's have a look at D. Audience members who navigate the space according to a recommended itinerary, a kind of a plan for a trip. Itinerary means plan for a trip. Okay, for a trip. Well, whatsoever. I will not continue reading because actually the passage didn't mention that there is an itinerary. There is no mention to this. That is added to the answer choices. It's not mentioned, not unsupported by the passage. Unmentioned, it's not mentioned. So what makes it wrong? Okay, so this word made the answer wrong. Clear? So far so good? So far so good? Okay, let's